Hi, welcome back to the channel. Sorry, it's been a while. I just got started with a new school year and it's been kind of busy, but I wanted to hop on here and talk about Dear Evan Hansen because I got an opportunity to see it early. It comes out in about 4 days, but my university had an early screening tonight with a pre-recorded Q&A at the end. It was a pretty cool experience, so I got to see it early for free on my college campus. And it was really cool experience. I wanted to talk about this movie for a couple of reasons. First of all, I am a theater nerd. I am a theater arts major. I saw this musical on Broadway a few years ago. I didn't get to see it with Ben Platt, which is one of the reasons I was very excited for this movie. But I love that musical. I love the songs, and I loved all the performers I saw in that production. But of course, I wish I got to see Ben Platt, and now I got to see Ben Platt do the role. And I'll talk more about his performance in just a second. The other reason I wanted to talk about this movie is because the reception has been very polarized. I believe it has a 47% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is rotten, but it's about half and half positive and negative, which is really interesting because I kind of felt like critics would be a little higher on it because it feels very much like a critic bait movie in a sense. The audience reaction, of course, too, has been very mixed. A lot of people love it, a lot of people hate it, and I'll talk about why I think that is in a little later in the video, but first I want to talk about what I thought of it. First of all, Ben Platt does not disappoint. I think he's excellent in this movie. Of course, his singing is fantastic. It was in the original cast recording and in all the videos I've seen of him singing before. He's phenomenal in this movie, and his acting is on point. I think he does a perfect job of adapting his performance from the stage to the screen. You can tell how long he spent on this character, and it really does feel like this character really is a part of him, and you feel that in this movie. And I think that his performance is perfectly tailored to the screen. It does not feel like a stage performance, and I really think that he is the reason to see this movie. Caitlin Denver is also in this movie as Zoe. I think she's a really good actor. I saw Laura Dreyfus on Broadway, I believe, and I thought that Laura Dreyfus was phenomenal. So Caitlin Denver, I thought, did the role well. I don't think she's as strong of a singer, and sort of on that, you can tell that Ben Platt is sort of the only Broadway singer. But that doesn't really bug me. All the other singers are good. Ben Platt just stands way out ahead of all of them. Caitlin Denver, though, I thought gave a really good performance, because I think she's a very good actor and I think she's very well cast in this role. I don't want to talk too much about the other actors. None of the others really stood out to me. Amy Adams is in this movie. All the actors who played the parents did a good job. They just didn't have as much to do as the younger characters. The character of Alana, who doesn't have a lot to do in the original musical, has a lot more to do in this movie. She even gets, one of the 2 new songs is hers, even gets a reprise, and it's a good song. I preferred the other new song, and I'm going to talk about that in just a second. But overall, I liked the addition to her character. I thought that there was a lot more depth to her, and I think that her character sort of showed another angle to the situation that Evan Hansen is going through. But on the whole, I'd say that Ben Platt is the reason to see this movie, and Caitlin Denver is a great addition, and everyone else is good. As I mentioned before, there are 2 new songs, and at least 2 songs were taken out. Might have been 3. It's been a while since I've seen the musical. Alana's song was good, but I probably would have swapped it out for that first song I mentioned that was taken out, the opening number that the moms sing. But overall, I wasn't mad at that change. Some of the other songs that were taken out, I was glad they were out. Not that I dislike the songs, but I think that if they were added, it would have disrupted the flow of the movie. The last song, or not the last song, but the second new song, I thought was an excellent addition. I thought it changed the nature of the ending of the play or of the movie in a beautiful way. I won't say anything else about it, but I thought that the ending in this movie was really strong, and some people are gonna like it and some people aren't. That's sort of the bottom line. Either you're gonna buy into this movie or you're not. The theater I saw this movie in was all college students, all film students who were there for free, and some of them thought it was so funny, like unintentionally funny. They were laughing like it was the Kissing Booth 4, and I just didn't agree. I didn't think it was goofy. I didn't think it was unintentionally funny. I think you're either going to get past the fact that Ben Platt doesn't look 17, or you're not. I got past it pretty quickly, but other people, it was funny to them the entire time that Ben Platt was not in fact 17. So if you think it's so funny that Ben Platt is not a 17-year-old, you're probably not going to like this movie. And if you don't like musicals and you groan every time a new song starts, you're probably also not going to like this movie, because I had a lot of those types of people in my theater tonight. But what was interesting is the people behind me who were cracking up at this movie at the end turned to each other and were like, I actually liked that. I think part of that is due to the power of the ending, in my opinion. I was personally able to get over the fact that Ben Platt is not a 17-year-old pretty quickly. But it's going to depend on who you are. And there's another element to this movie and to this story that is, you're either going to like the ending or you're not. You're either going to like the story or you're not. It's either going to speak to you or it isn't. And in that way, it is very divisive, and it is going to be very polarizing and controversial. I happen to fall on the side that loves the movie. I liked it a lot, and I love the story, I love the musical, and I love the music. But I understand why it's polarizing. If you think you're going to be able to buy into it and enjoy it for what it is, because you like musicals and you're willing to overlook the fact that Ben Platt is not 17, you'll like it. If you're going to get annoyed by people laughing at the fact that Ben Platt is not 17, maybe wait until it's on digital. It might be on Peacock because it's a Universal movie. So with all that being said, I loved the movie. I thought it was a very good adaptation. I thought Ben Platt's performance and Caitlin Denver's performance were both really good. Everyone else was good. I thought it was a really good adaptation. I thought they did some interesting stuff visually during the songs. And I loved the way that they staged certain songs. I don't want to spoil anything. But my bottom line is, if you think you're going to like it, you'll probably like it. If you think you're going to hate it, you're probably going to hate it. And if you're curious, just see for yourself. With all that being said, thank you for checking out this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.